Every 12 seconds, a surgeon somewhere in the world begins an operation assisted by a robot. In a lab in Utah, millions of miniature cell experiments run every week with minimal human hands involved. Modern medicine is entering an extraordinary new phase, one driven less by trial and error and more by data, artificial intelligence, and automation. In this documentary, we follow 4 pioneering companies at the forefront of this transformation. From speeding up drug discovery to cracking undruggable diseases, from standardizing surgical skill to personalizing cancer care. These are not sci-fi promises, but real efforts unfolding today. Together, they signal a shift toward medicine as an information science, where insights from data, rather than intuition alone, guide the next cure.
1.
Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Inside Recursion's headquarters, drug discovery looks more like a high-tech factory than a traditional lab. Robotic systems conduct thousands of cell culture experiments in parallel, generating phenomic data, microscope images, and gene readouts from human cells at an unprecedented scale. The philosophy is simple: treat biology as a data problem. Instead of focusing on one disease at a time, Recursion's platform creates maps of cell biology, charting how genes and chemicals interact across many disease models. Every experiment becomes a data point. Every physical assay is converted into a digital representation of biology. Powered by one of the world's largest proprietary biological datasets and its own supercomputer, Recursion's AI operating system hunts for patterns that human scientists might miss. This approach aims to solve a classic problem. Finding new drugs is extremely slow and failure-prone. Traditionally, identifying a promising compound is like searching for a needle in a haystack. Recursion instead feeds the haystack to the machine. The company's automated labs can produce millions of phenomics images per week by systematically perturbing cells with thousands of genes and chemicals. By analyzing these images, their algorithms discover unexpected signals. For example, a compound reversing a disease-like cell state, even when the human observer sees no obvious change. It's still early days. Most of Recursion's drug candidates are in initial clinical stages, with all the usual risks of failure. The process is also enormously expensive. Recursion spent nearly $1 billion building its platform. But the potential payoff is clear. Automation has slashed the time and cost of many lab assays by over 75%. And data-centric discovery has attracted heavyweights like Bayer, Roche, and Genentech. In a landmark 2021 deal, Roche committed up to $12 billion in milestones to have Recursion's AI search for new drugs in neurology and cancer. More recently, Recursion acquired fellow AI drug hunter Exscientia in a bid to create an end-to-end AI pharma company, combining Recursion's phenomic data with Exscientia's molecular design expertise. It's a moonshot attempt to reinvent drug discovery as a faster, broader, and more data-driven endeavor, turning the art of finding medicines into a kind of information science.
2.
Monte Rosa Therapeutics. If Recursion is mapping uncharted biology, Monte Rosa is attacking the undruggable targets lurking on that map. The vast majority of human proteins, roughly 85%, have eluded traditional medicines because they lack the convenient nooks that drugs typically fit into. Monte Rosa's answer is to throw out the old rulebook of inhibition and instead hijack the cell's trash disposal system. The company specializes in molecular glue degraders, tiny compounds that act like matchmakers between a problem protein and the cell's ubiquitin tagging enzyme. Picture a customized sticky note that, when attached to a rogue protein, calls over the cell's garbage truck to haul it away. Unlike a drug that merely blocks a protein's activity, as an inhibitor would, a degrader can eliminate the protein entirely, potentially shutting down disease processes more completely. Even proteins that do not have an off switch for conventional drugs can be targeted if you can glue them to an ubiquitin ligase. In essence, Monte Rosa is enabling the cell to clean house, ordering a junk hauling service for cellular trash. This approach opens vast new terrain for medicine. Proteins long deemed impossible to hit, such as certain transcription factors or cancer-causing genes like KRAS, could finally be within reach. Monte Rosa's proprietary discovery engine, nicknamed Queen, systematically searches for these molecular glues. The company has already advanced a first wave of drug candidates. One of its lead degraders, targeting a protein called VAV1 in the immune system, entered clinical trials and showed encouraging early results, paving the way for phase 2 studies in cancer. Pharmaceutical giants have taken notice. Novartis, in particular, has doubled down on Monte Rosa's technology, first licensing the VAV1 degrader in 2022 for $150 million upfront, and then in 2025 signing a broader deal worth up to $5.7 billion to develop multiple new glue-based drugs for immune diseases. This validation by Big Pharma underscores that protein degradation is emerging from theory into practice. Still, it's not without hurdles. Designing glues that are both potent and selective is a complex puzzle, and early clinical results, industry-wide, have been mixed. Yet the momentum is building. Dozens of biotech teams are chasing the same holy grail of the undruggable proteome. Monte Rosa's work exemplifies why, if you can tell the cell what to dismantle, no disease protein is truly beyond reach.
3,
Intuitive Surgical. 2 decades ago, Intuitive Surgical's Da Vinci system introduced robotics to the operating room, a novelty met with both excitement and skepticism. Fast forward to today, and robotic surgery has become a global standard in many fields. Over 16 million procedures have been performed with Da Vinci robots as of 2024, from routine gallbladder removals to delicate cancer surgeries. Nearly 10,000 units are installed in 72 countries, and on average, a Da Vinci surgery begins every 11.8 seconds somewhere in the world. These robots, controlled by skilled surgeons via console, enable movements more precise than human hands and access inside the body through tiny incisions. The result has been less invasive surgeries and faster recoveries for patients. But Intuitive's vision never stopped at selling robotic hardware. Today, the company is transforming its massive surgical footprint into a data and AI platform that could elevate surgical practice worldwide. Every Da Vinci robot is effectively a sensor and guidance system, recording rich data from each operation. In 2023, they launched an AI-powered analytics suite called Case Insights, the company's first software that lets surgeons objectively study their own technique and patient outcomes. By analyzing video and instrument telemetry from past procedures, the system can highlight correlations between surgical maneuvers and results. A surgeon might discover, for instance, that a subtle difference in how they handle tissue leads to fewer complications for a certain patient subgroup. Armed with such feedback, surgeons can adjust and improve, turning experience into measurable learning. Intuitive's CEO has noted that these AI tools shorten training times for new surgeons, improve hospital efficiency in the OR, and ultimately aim to reduce costs and complications. In essence, the company is trying to standardize excellence in surgery, capturing the know-how of thousands of experts and distributing it as guidance to every user of their platform. Beyond the OR, Intuitive is integrating AI in preoperative planning and other domains. Their newer systems can convert CT scans into 3D organ models to help surgeons map out a patient-specific strategy before making a single cut. For lung biopsies, Intuitive's Ion robot uses AI-guided navigation to reach tiny nodules deep in the lungs that were previously inaccessible. All these advancements speak to a broader shift. Surgery is becoming in data science. Intuitive Surgical sits at the nexus of this shift, evolving from merely a device manufacturer into a learning network for surgical care. The ultimate payoff could be democratizing surgical skill, where any hospital, anywhere, can deliver safer outcomes by tapping into the collective data of millions of past operations.
4,
Tempus AI. In oncology clinics, there is a sobering refrain. Every patient is unique. No two tumors are identical, and a drug that miraculously cures one person might do nothing for the next. Yet for decades, cancer treatment protocols were based on what works for the average patient. Tempus was founded to change this paradigm by building the data infrastructure needed for truly precision medicine. Think of Tempus as creating a medical operating system for managing and learning from patient data at scale. The company has amassed one of the world's largest libraries of clinical and molecular data, largely in cancer, but expanding to other diseases. This includes electronic health records, genomic sequences, lab results, medical images, and even physician notes, all harmonized and anonymized. As of 2025, Tempus's real-world database spans over 38 million patient records and 7 billion text notes, including detailed genomic profiles for more than 1 million cancer patients. It's an absolute trove of experience, essentially the outcomes and molecular makeup of huge numbers of prior patients. The goal is to make sure each new patient can benefit from the lessons of those who came before. How does this work in practice? When an oncologist is deciding how to treat a difficult cancer case, Tempus's platform can instantly draw parallels to similar patients in its database. For example, it might find 50 past patients with the same rare tumor mutation and show what therapies they received and how they fared. This kind of data-driven guidance can point doctors toward the most promising treatment or a relevant clinical trial for an individual patient, rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. To enable such insights, Tempus had to solve a massive data integration challenge. The company spent years building pipelines with around 4,500 hospitals to continuously ingest and structure incoming data. Molecular labs at Tempus sequence patients' tumors and capture genetic information that gets layered into the record. All this feeds into an interface that physicians can use in real time, often receiving reports back within days of sending a patient sample. Importantly, Tempus doesn't develop drugs itself. It acts more like an operating system for the healthcare ecosystem. Drug companies, too, partner with Tempus to identify patient subgroups for trials or discover new drug targets hidden in the data patterns. The long-term value of Tempus's approach is a learning loop in medicine. The more patients' data flow in, the more the system can learn, which then informs better care for the next patient. Of course, challenges remain: data privacy, integration with routine workflows, and proving that AI-driven recommendations truly improve outcomes. Tempus faces healthy skepticism, as any ambitious tech entrant in healthcare does, yet it has already become quietly embedded in oncology clinics across the US. The company works with over 40% of American oncologists and is expanding globally. In the stories of patients who benefited from a trial they wouldn't have otherwise known about, or a therapy choice tailored to their tumor's DNA, we see a glimpse of a future where data makes medicine not just smarter, but deeply personal. 4 companies, 4 facets of a revolution, each addressing a different bottleneck of the old medical model. What ties them together is data. Recursion transforms wet bench biology into a searchable database, aiming to algorithmically predict new cures. Monte Rosa leverages molecular insight to drug what was once undruggable, effectively expanding the searchable space of biology. Intuitive Surgical turns surgery into a data-rich feedback cycle so that skill and knowledge propagate faster than any individual surgeon's career. Tempus ensures that the hard-won experiences of patients are captured as data to guide decisions for the next patient in line. This is medicine becoming more predictive, precise, and iterative. It's important to stress that none of these innovations are guaranteed successes. Biotech and healthcare advances come with inevitable setbacks and uncertainties, but directionally, they offer a window into how the future might look if these trends persist. We may be entering an era where cures are discovered by algorithms searching patterns in cells, where no disease protein is safe from a targeted degrader, where surgical outcomes improve globally because every robot learns from all the others, and where treating a patient's cancer is less about following a generic protocol and more about querying a vast living database of human disease. Its promise is not miracle cures overnight, but steady transformational progress, the kind that in retrospect might just redefine how we save lives.